Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, and I hope you have studied aldehydes, ketones and carboxylic acids thoroughly now. Please practice it again and again. And today I am beginning with the last chapter of 12th class organic chemistry, that is amines. And in today's session we'll be discussing about the preparation of amines. Okay, the preparation of amines will be completing in 2 sessions. So I'm beginning with reduction of nitro compounds. So what exactly we do is we can take nitroalkane. Instead of taking alkyl group, you can also use here aryl group. So it is possible with both. Okay, so what you do is, suppose I am taking nitroalkane. Nitroalkane is, this part is nitro part and this is alkyl part. So this O basically is to be replaced by hydrogen. So in a way we are carrying out reduction, and reduction is a very common technique you will find in the preparations of amines. You will follow this many a time. So what are reducing agents we can use? One, we can use hydrogen in the presence of these catalysts. Finely divided, basically we use finely divided just to increase the surface area. Platinum, palladium, nickel. Or instead of that, we can also use metal in the acid medium, either SnHCl or FeHCl. Now here there is a recent question asked that FeHCl is a preferred one. This is a preferred catalyst. Why is it so? This is a recent question asked, children. Please write down. So what happens is Fe and HCl, the two will react and it will result in the formation of FeCl2 plus H2. Okay, so this which is formed as one of the product, this gets hydrolyzed easily, because in this reaction water is one of the product. So that FeCl2 will get will react with water, it will get hydrolyzed very easily and it will result in the formation of HCl. So this is formed. Okay, so when this is formed, that means the HCl here has to be used in limited quantity, and this Fe and O, this will form its oxide, right? Or it can be even hydroxide. So what exactly happens is, this HCl is required in very little quantity. So that is the advantage. A small quantity of HCl is required just to initiate the reaction. Fine. Now in case I am using this is what? It is nitrobenzene. If I am using nitrobenzene and I am using here FeHCl or SnHCl, you will get the similar product. So you will get, instead of NO2, you will get NH2. So what will happen to this O here? That O with the excess of these hydrogens here will form water. Okay, so here water also will be formed as one of the product. Fine. So it will give nascent hydrogen which will react here. Fine till here. Okay. Now the next reaction we are doing, the next method which we are considering is ammonolysis of alkyl halide. Now what is alkyl halide? We know alkyl halide is RX. Ammonolysis means we are carrying out its reaction with ammonia. Okay, so ammonia, and we know ammonia, in ammonia nitrogen is having one lone pair of electron, and in alkyl halide we know this halogen part is more electronegative, so this will try to pull electrons toward itself. So when this tries to pull electron towards itself, this halogen will get a partial negative charge and this alkyl group will be a positive. And nitrogen, since it's having one lone pair of electron, it is acting as a nucleophile. So where will this nucleophile attack? It is negatively charged, right? It is negatively charged. So now this nitrogen part will attack which part of this? It will get attached to R. Why? Because this is in need of the positive thing. So this will get attached to, this one will get attached to R, right? And this is X minus. So in a way, when we are writing the product, we'll be writing as, so R I'm going to attach with N. So it is R, N, H, 3, and this X minus we will write down separately. So this is negative, it's having a negative thing, and this nitrogen is having now 4 bonds. When it is having 4 bonds, this is positive. So in between, this is not a bond, actually between them there it's a type of a salt, a cation and anion. This part is the positive part, this is the negative part. So we will call this as, it is substituted ammonium. It is substituted ammonium salt. Okay, now this reaction further, nitrogen will never be happy getting a positive charge, right? So what it will do is, I'm writing this part separately as RNH2. I'm writing here. This H I'm writing separately because nitrogen, this is not actually written separately, just to explain it, right? So this is having a positive and this is having a negative. This is now reacted with a base, that is NaOH. So NaOH is having Na plus and OH minus, right? So what happens in this is, this nitrogen will try to pull electrons from this. So the bond between N and H, this electron will come back on N. When it comes back here, the positive charge will go away. Now this is now H plus. So this H plus will prefer forming a bond with this and come out as water, right? And this Na has good affinity with X minus. So what are the products? We will write here. One is water, right? This H and OH as water. This Na with X will form NaX. Apart from that, what you are having? RNH2, and this N is having the pair of electrons back on it, right? Now this reaction will not stop here. Why? Because this nitrogen is still having a lone pair, so this can further react with one more RX. So I will show again in the next step what happens. Another RX molecule, this is one step. If I write, this is one step. The second step, if I'm writing here, what happens? This RX will now react with this RNH2 molecule. Again the same thing happens. This part is now acting as a nucleophile, and we know this is going here, this is getting a negative charge, this is getting a positive. So through this N, now it will get linked to R. So what exactly the product is, we will write down here. On this you have N, right? You already have one R here. One more R will get attached to this. One more R here. You have on this, H2 also, right? And plus you have X minus. This X, what we did here, the similar thing I have written here. Now this nitrogen is now having 4 bonds. So instead of writing this H2, let me write this as 2 separate hydrogens. Right now this nitrogen is having a positive charge. Clear? Because it looks odd writing H2. Now in this particular product, like we did here, NaOH, this will be again treated with NaOH. So if it is treated with NaOH, what will happen? NaOH is having Na plus and OH minus. This Na will take away this X. This OH will take away one of the H from here. So what will come out? Let me write here on the arrow itself. One NaX has come out. One water molecule has come. And what is left over here? You have 2 R's now. So R2. On this you have N. And you have only one hydrogen left over. And this H, actually what this N does is, it takes this electron pair back from it. That is how the H plus was formed, and H plus reacted with OH and formed water. So this lone pair comes back on it. Okay, so every time if I don't write, this further will be reacting with what? RX, like I did here, RX, and then with one molecule of NaOH. So what you are getting in the next step, this H also will go, and what will you get here is R3N, right? So that means in this particular reaction you have got 1 degree amine, you got here 2 degree amine, you got here 3 degree amine. That means in this particular reaction, you are getting a mixture of 1 degree, 2 degree and 3 degree amines. So if you separate this out, I mean whatever product you obtain here, if you remove it off, you separate it off, then fine. If you don't remove it, then what will happen? It will go on continuing this reaction. So this is not a preferred reaction. This is not a preferred reaction. You get a mixture. You get a mixture of 1 degree, 2 degree and 3 degree amines. Okay, now as far as this alkyl halide is considered, if I talk about the reactivity part, alkyl iodide is most reactive, then comes alkyl bromide, and the least one is alkyl chloride. This is also quite important to understand. Okay, so this is the reactivity order. Iodide is most reactive because iodine is larger in size, that bond will break faster, and this is smaller in size, the bond will not break faster. Fine till here. The next method which we are considering is reduction of nitriles. Now what are nitriles? CN. Now suppose I take this CN. Okay, so in this particular method, whatever number of the carbon atoms are there in this nitrile, you will get amine also with the same number of carbon atoms. Okay, so triple bonds are there. So these all bonds have to break. One bond only will be left over. So basically you are adding, let me write with the other color. So basically you are adding hydrogen here, one hydrogen. Okay, then apart from that you can add one more hydrogen this side. So what you will be getting here, if I write this, it is R and this is CH2, and when two things have been added, the triple bond will break and it will form a single bond and you will have this H2. So in this we are using a reducing agent. What reducing agents we use? We can use either nickel hydrogen, that means the catalytic hydrogenation can be done. Instead of this you can also use sodium amalgam and ethanol. Even this is a good reducing agent. Apart from that, even LiAlH4, this is also a very good reducing agent to prepare amines. Okay, so basic idea how you will learn is just hydrogens you are adding. Wherever there are triple bonds are there, so they will add on the triple bond. So there are two pi bonds, so both the pi bonds will break, only one sigma bond will be left over, and these nitriles can be reduced to amine. Okay, this was the third method we have considered. So one more method I will be considering in this session and the remaining in the next video. The next method is reduction of amides. Reduction of amide. Okay. Now, what we do in this? You have this R, C, O, N, H2, amide. Okay. So again, all I said right from the beginning, which all we have studied, nitro, from nitro you can prepare amine, that is reduction. This one nitrile, reduction, amide, reduction. So what you are preparing is amine with the same number of carbon atom. Same number of carbon atom means this carbon will not go away, it will be remaining here. And what is the reducing agent you use in this case? The best, most effective reducing agent is LiAlH4, and thereby hydrolysis will be required. Now for this one, for better understanding, I will also explain the mechanism of this reaction. Now I'll explain the mechanism of this. This is amide, RCONH2. LiAlH4 is a reducing agent we have used. Now what is this LiAlH4? If I write, it is Li plus and AlH4 minus. What exactly is this? How are you getting this part? If I write here, it was actually LiH and AlH3's combination. And you know this, that its octet is not complete. So what this does is, this Li will form Li plus, and this is having H minus, right? So this H minus from here comes and gives its electrons to Al, and it will result in the formation of Al, and all 4 hydrogens attached to this, and this is now having minus charge over it. This is aluminium hydride, AlH4 minus. It's a dative bond is formed where H minus from Li has come and given electron to Al. So this normally you can write in a square bracket like this. So what is the function of this lithium aluminium hydride? Basically, it gives this H minus to the amide. Now what is the need for it to give? We know that in this there is a double bond between carbon and oxygen. So one of this pi bond will go, pi electrons will go towards O. So this will get a negative charge and this carbon will try to get a positive charge. So this carbon now when it is getting a positive charge, this is negative, this is positive. So this H minus from here, okay, so I'm writing here from the H, from here I'm writing one H minus this side. This will attack the carbon atom. So when this attaches here, I have shown what changes have been made. So what are the changes? R, C, that is now a single bond. I wrote with a negative charge, and this H minus from aluminium hydride has attacked this. So from this aluminium hydride, now what is left over? This is now AlH3 only. This is still in need of the electron. Now because it's Al, because H minus it has given, it is in need of the electron. This AlH3 will now attack this oxygen which is having electron. So AlH3 will go and get attached here on the oxygen atom. Fine. Now what happens is this lone pair on the nitrogen atom, goes this side between carbon and nitrogen. The valency of this carbon now exceeds, which is not favorable for carbon. So one of this particular bond, it will move towards O. Why it moves is because this O is more electronegative, will take, because this has come here means it is now a double bond. So let me write what changes I have shown here. In the next step, it is R, you have here C, H, this is a double bond. You have here NH2. Now nitrogen gets a positive charge, and what has come out of it, let me write separately. It is O, then you have Al, then you have H. It is 3. Let me write this as H2 and H, because one of the H further will go. This Al now again is having 4 bonds. That means this will have negative. This O is also having negative. Right? This is the species coming out. This species was coming out from there. Right? Fine till here. Now what happens is, this nitrogen will never be happy to get a positive charge. This will try to take its electron back. When it tries to take the electron back, again this carbon becomes deficient. Carbon becomes deficient means it will get a positive charge. When this gets a positive, again this H minus from here as hydride will come and get attached onto the carbon atom. Now when it comes and gets attached onto the carbon atom, what you are getting, just see. R, this is one H, one more H has come from the top, so that is another H. Now this has gone back on N, means it is N, H2, and one lone pair of electron of the nitrogen back. What is left over there? Then let me write down that species separately now. That's species is O, Al and H2, because that H minus has gone there. Right, so this is there, and of course you have here Li also. Right, so this is now a positive thing, this is now a negative thing. What has happened to LiAlH4? This was acting as a reducing agent. So this has got oxidized. One of the H here, in fact 2, because 2 are utilized in this. So it has got oxidized. So this is the product obtained. And this is, the oxidized form of LiAlH4. Otherwise, you have this as the main product, that is amine, which is obtained. Fine. So the mechanism of preparation of amine from amide is not required for board exam. For board exam, you can only remember this. Now, since you have time, or for competitive exams you may require, so in how this LiAlH4 is functioning, and also for better understanding I've explained the mechanism. right? So now you are left over with two more methods, that is Gabriel phthalimide synthesis and Hoffman's degradation. So those methods I'll be discussing in the next video. So till then, thank you. Thanks for watching.